Hi, this is Dave Witt, and welcome back to the Easy Real Estate Life podcast. Still down here at beautiful Unico Resort in Riviera Maya, and just want to talk to you real quick about your first interactions as a new investor with a hard money lender. You know, that's one person that you're really going to have to come to terms with and find a friendly hard money lender that you can do business with long term. The best thing you do is go to a RIA meeting and find one there. That's the easiest place to find one. Sometimes they're a little standoffish because they're concerned about the return of their money. I think it was Will Rogers once said, "I'm more concerned with the return of my money than I am with the return on my money." So they're going to be a little skittish. They're going to be a little bit standoffish. And you're going to have to develop a relationship with them, and you're going to have to be able to convince them that you have the mental tenacity to do a deal from start to finish. Because that's the first thing they want to know is if they give you money, how are they going to get their money back and when? That's like the most important thing to them. So you're going to have to put a solid business plan together. And the faster you can get their money back to them, the happier they're going to be. They don't want to hear, what if long term, if something goes bad, we're going to be in this thing for 5 years. They want to hear how you're going to turn it around in 6 months, guaranteed. So first thing you got to do is obviously you got to have a good deal. If you don't have a killer deal, it's not going to fly. And that hard money lender is going to know it because he's been in the business for a long, long time. Second thing is you're going to have solid after repaired value numbers on this house. Not what you think, but what you can prove. And they need to be conservative because hard money lenders don't want to play with possible appreciation during the time you're holding it. That's, they want to know what it's worth right now, and if it was fixed, what would it be worth right now? That's the most important thing is the solid numbers that you give them when you start talking to them. They've got to be based on today, what the market's doing right now. And they're going to look for a little bit of leeway for what if the market drops 5% during the time they're holding. So don't expect to come to a hard money lender and say, I think that by the time we get done with it, the market's going to go up another so many percent. So the longer we hold it, the better it's going to get. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear what the numbers are now, what the numbers are going to be, how good you are, how you can pay for it. And if you got some referrals, talking about deals you've done in the past, that's great. But just starting out, you're not going to have that. You're going to have to find some way to prove your worth, so to speak. And the best way to prove your worth is knowing your numbers. And on a wholesale deal starting out, if you're not doing a rehab on it, it makes it a lot easier to get the hard money lender involved because he's not looking to you to get the fix-up done. He's basically a backup just in case your wholesale deal falls apart and the deal's good enough that he would want it for himself even if it didn't resell. But that's how that kind of works. You're not going to look for him to go in and do a rehab on it if the wholesale deal falls apart. It's just going to have to be good enough that within a small amount of time, being a week or two, the deal's so good that you could find another wholesale, another buyer to buy that wholesale deal and get his money back out. So you don't have to close on that deal. But that's kind of the crux of the situation. You've got to find him. You've got to set up a relationship with him. You've got to talk to him. And more importantly, you've got to listen to him. I say him, but I know, several nice ladies that are hard money lenders, and they're tougher than the guys because they're serious about their money. The guys are, can sometimes be a little more benevolent, so to speak, because they want to help get you started. And that's one of the things that you need to key in on is if you can find a hard money lender that'll mentor you, he's going to feel more comfortable because you're listening to him, you're playing by his rules, and you're going to learn a lot from him because usually these guys, if they've been in business at all, they've been in business a long time, because hard money lenders either crash and burn pretty fast because they didn't get enough experience when they started out, or they got a lot of experience first by going through the tiers of being an investor, and they finally made it a hard money lender, and by that time they really know what's going on and they can give you a lot of information. So have good numbers, get a conversation going, listen to them, and do what they say. And you'll find that the hard money lenders can be your very, very best friend. It just takes a little bit of time getting to know one, just like anything else. It's almost like courting a girl. You know, she's not gonna want to marry you on the first date. So it may take a little time to get them to be willing to invest in you. But that's it for now. Just wanted to throw that out there at you. Hey, you guys have a great day, because I'm gonna down here in Riviera Maya. See you later.